everybody, welcome to Season 2, Episode 3 of My Cadaver's Horror Pub Trivia. I'm Mike Cadaver.
And I'm Betty Cadaver. So, babe, I got a joke for you.
Okay.
Why did the skeleton go to the party by itself?
I don't know. You tell me.
Because he had no body to go with. Really? You wrote that.
What's wrong with that joke?
You really want this quality of jokes on the show?
Babe, last season, I literally wrote a joke about Emotep's poop. And didn't you have a problem with this one?
You know, you're right.
Oh my gosh.
I'll never complain about the quality of jokes on this show ever again.
I got her feelings now. Jeez, why? You know what? Let's take a quick break and let's let the trivia gorilla do what he does.
Just your everyday trivia gorilla here. Here's how this all works. The idea of this is that you're in your favorite pub playing trivia with your friends. For each episode, we'll have 3 rounds of 10 questions. The rounds get harder, so if you're using our app, later rounds are worth more points. Speaking of the app, visit trivia.horrorpubtrivia.com. All the information you need is there. If you don't use the app, a regular pen and paper will work too. Other than that, prepare yourself for spoilers and have fun.
Alright, so this round is pretty straightforward. We give you some clues and you guess the name of the movie.
And right now is also your last chance to scan the QR code on the screen and play along with the app.
We won't even get mad if you need a pause to figure out the app.
And if you go to the app, there's actually instructions there. A little video that you can watch. Click View Instructions on the app. And it's pretty straightforward, but if you need any help, it's all there.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Question number 1. This 2021 film is all about parasite-infected shoppers on the biggest shopping day of the year. Question number 2. This 2001 film, directed by Stuart Gordon, that is loosely based off Lovecraft's The Shadow over Innsmouth, takes place off the coast of a Spanish fishing town. Question number 3. This Mexican film from 1977 tells the story of a young woman sent to a convent who has the devil in her. Question number 4. This film from 1988 features a sinister television show named Independent Thinking, which is secretly trying to brainwash those who watch it. Question number 5. This 2023 Japanese kaiju film took American theaters by storm in the latter part of 2023. Question number 6. This 2021 vampire movie stars Larry Fessenden and Barbara Crampton. Question number 7. This 2023 Lovecraftian film, directed by Joe Lynch, tells the story of an ancient incantation allowing the orator to trade bodies. Question number 8. This 2012 film tells the story of revenge for a group of Massachusetts witches. Question number 9. This Irish film from 2015 tells the story of a family living in a remote mill house who have to fight for survival against creatures from the forest. Question number 10. This 1988 sequel's subtitles is Unhappy Campers.
Number 1. This 2021 film is all about parasite-infected shoppers on the biggest shopping day of the year, Black Friday. This is the best film that has ever been made about Black Friday that is named Black Friday. I wouldn't have had to add that last qualifier if it weren't for 2023's Thanksgiving just being released. This movie is pretty decent. It stars Devon Sawa, Michael Jai White, and of course the King, Bruce Campbell. To be honest with you, it's a little underwhelming considering the cast, but not a bad flick to curl up to during the holiday season. Number 2. This 2001 film, directed by Stuart Gordon, that is loosely based off Lovecraft's The Shadow over Innsmouth, takes place off the coast of a Spanish fishing town. Dagon. I absolutely love this movie. Directed by Stuart Gordon and based on an H.P. Lovecraft short story, it's gotta be great, right? Well, I think it is. Really, the only bad thing about this one is the computer special effects. If you'll remember, about the turn of the century, there was a very strange time for CG. It was kind of new, and we had very low expectations of it, but we loved it. The problem is that it just doesn't age well at all. If you can look past that, I dare say you'll love this one. Number 3. This Mexican film from 1977 tells the story of a young woman sent to a convent who has the devil in her, Alucarda. If you have a phobia about excessive female screaming, then this is not the one for you at all. This 1977 classic is full of demons, nuns, boobs, and bush. This Mexican production is all about a young girl who is sent to a convent to prevent her from becoming possessed. Well, that didn't work, and she's taking others into a world of debauchery with her. It's a fun one. Number 4. This film from 1988 features a sinister television show named Independent Thinking, which is secretly trying to brainwash those who watch it. The Brain. This movie stars David Gale, the guy who played Dr. Hill in Reanimator, as a television self-help guru, but it's all a cover for an alien plot to control the minds of the people. The practical effects in this are great. The brain looks amazing in each of its incarnations. This was taken on tour in 2018 with the live version of Mystery Science Theater 3000. It was also featured in Germany as a Schleifach, which I have no idea how to really say, but it's a collection of the worst films ever in Germany. But honestly, I think this is a genuinely good and fun flick. The Germans can shove it right up their Schliffas. Number 5. This 2023 Japanese kaiju film took American theaters by storm in the latter part of 2023. Godzilla Minus One. This was an interesting one for me. It takes place during World War II and features a man who is a kamikaze pilot meant to destroy the Allies. There are a million movies about or take place during World War II, but I've never seen a movie from the point of view of someone from the Axis. This also showed us a Godzilla when he was a wee lad. before he ate his radioactive vitamins and became the big strong boy. This movie also does a great job with the human character plotlines. Number 6. This 2021 vampire movie stars Larry Fessenden and Barbara Crampton. Jacob's Wife. Larry Fessenden is the OG punk rock movie writer, director, actor, and producer. Born and raised in New York, the first film that he wrote, directed, starred in was Habit in 1995. He's been doing it this way since the very beginning and is still making movies, still producing, acting in, and distributing independent films through his company named Glass Eye Pix, which he has been running since 1985. I'm sure you all recognize him from at least one movie. He has those half-crazed eyes, wild hair, and a tooth missing. He's a legend. Number 7. This 2023 Lovecraftian film, directed by Joe Lynch, tells the story of an ancient incantation allowing the orator to trade bodies. Suitable Flesh. From Joe Lynch, the man who brought you Wrong Turn 2, Knights of Badassdom, and Everly, but most importantly, Strapping Young Lads Love video, which is inspired by The Evil Dead. This movie is also written by Dennis Paoli. You should know him from Reanimator, From Beyond, Ghoulies 2, and on and on. This film also has an outstanding cast. Heather Graham, Bruce Davidson, Jonathan Scheidt, Barbara Crampton, Graham Skipper, and even that little kid from the Babysitter franchise. This tells a story about a depraved spirit that can jump from body to body doing whatever he wants, and I do mean anything. It's sick, twisted, depraved, gross, all the things that we all know and love. Number 8. This 2012 film tells the story of revenge for a group of Massachusetts witches. Lords of Salem. The oh-so-controversial Rob Zombie in his films. Listen, I am on the side of those who think he does a great job. I think the only one I don't care for is Halloween 2. I do, however, really like Lords of Salem. I hear people crying about Sherry Moon Zombie appearing in all of his films, but I, for one, have no problems with her. She may not be the best actor, but if I was in charge, I'd put that Betty in all my movies, if only for my own health. This movie has a great atmosphere and cool mythology. Also, as is the norm for Zombies films, the soundtrack is great. Featuring the Velvet Underground, Rush, and Manfred Mann's Earth Band, Zombie always seems to find great music to use in his movies that really work great to set the mood. Number 9. This Irish film from 2015 tells the story of a family living in a remote mill house who have to fight for survival against creatures from the forest. The Hallow. Adam and Claire Hitchens, along with their baby, move out to the sticks for Adam's job as a conservationist. The people from that small town aren't very happy that they've moved into their community, and with good reason. There's something in the woods that should be left alone, and the conservationist's job is to get in there and mess around. This is a great horror fantasy based on Irish folklore. Colin Hardy, the director, melded together many different horror subgenres to bring this to us. Number 10. This 1988 sequel subtitle is Unhappy Campers. Sleepaway Camp 2, Unhappy Campers. Not really sure how you follow up the ending from Sleepaway Camp, but they did great. This movie starred Pamela Springsteen as Angela. Yeah, she is the sister of Bruce Springsteen. This movie also stars Renee Estevez, the daughter of Martin Sheen and sister to Emilio and Charlie Sheen. This movie was filmed back-to-back with Sleepaway Camp 3, Teenage Wasteland. I'm going to drop a bomb on you guys. I get that the original Sleepaway Camp had that wild ending and so much shocking, inappropriate language, but I find myself revisiting the sequels much more often than the original. These are just so much fun, and Pamela Springsteen plays the perfect love-to-hate villain.
All right, everyone, we have
Blake.
Blake. Okay, let's pick a card. Pick one so I'd know all the words on it, though. Okay. All right, first one. Who directed Near Dark, 1987?
Bigelow.
That was really good. Awesome. Okay, it's fast. In Teeth, 2007, what possession does Don O'Keefe throw off a cliff?
I don't know. Nope, sorry, don't know that one.
Okay. It was her purity ring.
Never would have guessed it. Purity ring. No pressure. Okay.
4 right.
Four.
I'm always right. All right. In what year is the Blair Witch Project 1999 set?
19. 1996.
No, it was 94.
All right, I'm out.
Was that, yeah? You're done? All right, thanks for playing.
Gonna give it a shot?
All right, and here we have
Andrew.
Okay, Andrew, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, draw a card. Pick a good one. You're feeling that one, okay. Okay. Okay, what is the name of the pet cat resurrected in Reanimator 1985?
Shit. One of the only horror movies I'm not well acquainted with. I'm just going to do a shot in the dark. Frankenstein. I don't know.
Rufus? But that was not a bad answer. Okay.
Damn it.
Okay, let's see. What is the name of the first chapter in the book written by Amanda Reggedy in Deep Red, 1975?
Oh, God, it's been so long since I've watched Deep Red. I know it's about psychics. Clairvoyance, something of the sorts. I'm not sure.
We have House of the Screaming Child.
Oh, no.
No. Okay, thank you very much.
OSI 74. Reach for the...
Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. I'm rocking my pants, putting suckers in fear, making the tears rain down like a monsoon. Listen to the bass, yo, boom, explosive, overpowering, over the competition. I'm towering, wrecking shop. When I drop these lyrics that'll make you call the cops. Don't you dare stare. You better move. Don't ever compare me to the rest that'll all get sliced and diced. I'm gonna knock you out. Look into the hypnotic eye.
Our goal is to satisfy your visual appetite and to give you a fix for your visual addiction.
Watching TV, and I'm feeling okay.
Well, hopefully we've shown you things you haven't seen before. Things that make you just go, what the hell was that all about?
Wet horror? Really, babe? Is that some kind of double entendre?
What are you talking about? The round is wet horror. It's about horror movies having to do with the water.
You couldn't have named it aqua horror? Horror under the sea? You had to choose wet horror, as if any of us don't know what that means.
Well, okay, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what kind of filth you think I'm into.
I'm not gonna sit here and pretend you don't know what you were doing when you named it that.
Well, that's funny because I am going to sit here and pretend I didn't know what I was doing when I named that.
Ew.
Question number 1. What 1989 deep sea minor film stars Peter Weller and was directed by Mandy, director, Panos Cosmatosis, father? Question number 2. Who plays Captain John Finnegan in 1998's Deep Rising, where it is him versus the Octolus? Question number 3. What creature is Haley fighting for her life against in Crawl from 2019? Question number 4. In Deep Blue Sea from 1999, what ailment was Dr. Susan McAllister trying to cure by experimenting on sharks? Question number 5. In Cold Skin, 2017, directed by Christopher Gans, what has our main character been brought to study when he finds the sea creatures that would lead him to his death? Question number 6. What was the name of the first sequel to 1954's Creature from the Black Lagoon? Question number 7. What movie from 1980 directed by Barbara Peters is all about mutated fishmen all hopped up on growth hormone who terrorize the fishing town by killing the men and raping the women? Question number 8. In 47 Meters Down, what are the two sisters trapped in? Question number 9. What movie from 2002 is all about a salvage crew that gets more than they bargained for when they board a haunted ocean liner? Question number 10. What 2003 film spotlights a husband and wife whose vacation boat left them behind in the middle of the sea while they were scuba diving?
Number 1. What 1989 deep sea miner film stars Peter Weller and was directed by Mandy director Panos Cosmatos' father? Leviathan. When I was younger and my brother and I went to the local VHS rental place to pick out a movie, my brother from across the horror section asked me if I'd ever seen Leviathan. Not only had I never seen it, but I'd never heard of it. He brought it over to me and lo and behold, he was holding Leviathan. Although in the early 90s if Shannon Tweed was in it, I would have rented Leviathan. I'd have basically rented anything with Shannon Tweed in it, and I did. Number 2. Who plays Captain John Finnegan in 1998's Deep Rising, where it is him versus the Octolus? Treat Williams. Not really known for his horror roles, Treat starred in Deep Rising and Dead Heat, where he played a zombie cop alongside Joe Piscopo. This was quite a surprise to me, since I hadn't seen this till probably 10 years after it was first released. I thought, and I still think, that this movie was great. My only complaint again is the CGI is very dated. Unfortunately, Treat Williams passed away in a motorcycle accident in the summer of 2023. Number 3. What creature is Haley fighting for her life against in Crawl from 2019? Alligators. The first time I ever heard of Crawl's director Alexandre Aja was in 2003 with the release of Haute Tension, High Tension. He directed that wild film. It came out at a time in the horror cycle where brutality was the genre du jour. In America, we had torture porn going while the French were right in the middle of what we called the new French extremity. Number 4. In Deep Blue Sea from 1999, what ailment was Dr. Susan McAllister trying to cure by experimenting on sharks? Alzheimer's. Interestingly enough, I just barely realized that Deep Blue Sea had a couple of sequels. Anyway, truth be told, I think my least favorite horror genre is when animals attack. Give me a good supernatural monster any day. However, Deep Blue Sea does a great job of adding a touch of sci-fi and some awesome action to make this enjoyable the whole way through. It doesn't hurt that it stars Thomas Jane, Stellan Skarsgård, and the gorgeous Saffron Burrows to keep us interested. Not to mention LL Cool J in a similar role that he played in Halloween H2O, which came out the year before. Number 5. In Cold Skin from 2017, directed by Christopher Gans, what has our main character been brought to study when he finds the sea creatures that would lead to his death? The weather. Man, this is a wild one. If you haven't seen this one yet, try to go into it without knowing anything about the plot. The director, Xavier Gens, also made his mark in the new French extremity with Frontiers from 2007. First we talked about Alexandre Aja, now Xavier Gens. The French extremity films were crazy. Like, what was going on in France at the time? Why were these dudes so mad? Anyway, Cold Skin's great, go watch it. Number 6. What was the name of the first sequel to 1954's Creature from the Black Lagoon? Revenge of the Creature. Let's talk about Universal Monsters. Which is your favorite? Which is your least favorite? It's difficult, but I'd have to say that as a monster, I love the Gill-Man, the design is amazing, and a lot of the retro art that he's a part of is amazing. Now as for the Creature from the Black Lagoon, for some reason to me it loses out to all the other monster flicks like Dracula, Wolfman, and The Mummy. The fact that it came out nearly 20 years after those may have something to do with that. I think I know exactly what it is. With the other classic monster flicks, mood, atmosphere, and the night added mystery and suspense, whereas the Black Lagoon films take place during the day. Even though they take place in nature, which in and of itself can be scary, gotta go with the atmosphere. Number 7. What movie from 1980, directed by Barbara Peters, is all about mutated fishmen all hopped up on growth hormone who terrorize a fishing town by killing the men and raping the women? Humanoids from the Deep. Do you want to know why we all love Roger Corman? Well, because he knows what we like. Although he talked to director Barbara Peters before filming about the kind of movie Humanoids from the Deep was supposed to be, meaning exploitative with plenty of violence and nudity, what Peters delivered didn't nearly deliver on what Corman wanted. So Corman hired Jimmy Murakami to go in and add some more of the good stuff. Peters wasn't too happy about it and tried to disavow the film, but she ended up watching it many years later and her heart had softened. She called it a fun little movie. Number 8. In 47 Meters Down, what are the two sisters trapped in? A shark cage. There are many things in this world that there ain't no way I'm ever doing. Well, after watching this movie, you can add diving 47 meters in a shark cage to the list. This is another one that doesn't have the most complex plot. A couple of chicks are in a shark cage at the bottom of the ocean with 1 hour of oxygen. The funny thing is that one of the girls is very hesitant about doing it and her friends tell her it's safe. If I ever got out of that situation alive, they would not be my friends anymore. Number 9. What movie from 2002 is all about a salvage crew that gets more than they bargained for when they board a haunted ocean liner? Ghost Ship. This film was often heralded as having one of the greatest opening scenes of all time. That actually might be true. But it's too bad that the rest of the movie doesn't come close to reaching that peak again. That's not to say that it's a bad movie at all. This actually has a great cast. It stars Gabriel Byrne, Carl Urban, and Juliana Margulies. Number 10. What 2003 film spotlights a husband and wife whose vacation boat left them behind in the middle of the sea while they were scuba diving? Open Water. This movie is based on a true story. I mean, it's basically just about a couple who goes on a scuba diving expedition out in the deep sea and are left behind because of an inaccurate head count by the boat tour. Did that make it sound like I didn't like it? Well, I thought it was decent. It was actually produced by a husband and wife team with only around 120,000. It screened at Sundance and got picked up for distribution by Lionsgate. This was the movie that made me never believe any hype about when someone passes out at a movie up in Park City. When I finally got around to watching this, I absolutely believe that either the person had a pre-existing health condition or this person was a hell of an actor.
Someone's having a party for the top 10, the senior class snobs. Before they get to celebrate, 6 of them will die in the most bizarre ways you'll ever see.
Virginia, don't go away. Come over here, Virginia.
It is up to you to determine whether you wish to subject yourself to fear, terror, and shock. Because of the bizarre nature of this birthday party, pray you're not invited.
Good evening, Walnut Lake shoppers.
It's closing time,
The store will be closing in 15 minutes.
but the night crew still has work to do.
Oh my god, we're gonna get in so much trouble!
Because there's one last customer who isn't satisfied.
No! This creep keeps calling her. He's driving us nuts. Leave me alone.
He wants to slash their prices.
Who's there?
He wants to cut their inventory.
You're crazy!
In fact, he wants to chop until they all drop.
I saw him kill Linda.
And now he's turning their retail store
There's gonna be one more killing here tonight.
into a wholesale slaughterhouse.
I'm just crazy about this store.
Intruder.
Outer Space International. Bigger than TV. We're OSI 74.
I'm Dick Doodle, lead anchor of Unsport 74, bringing you hard-hitting interviews. How long have you been a part of the I wear a yellow headband and I will never get laid team?
This is my second year on the team.
That's the Virgin team, right?
Yes.
I came back bigger, I'm stronger.
Someone's pretty full of himself. Jim, cut the goddamn feed. Don't need this smug bastard on anymore. Featuring Unsports from all reaches of the galaxy. Expert analysis from Sir Mittens Merriweather, Royal Kingsley, Pierre LaPuck, Public Domain Fleischer cartoon Clark Kent, and the rest of the Unsport 74 news team. So, this is Dick Doodle reminding you, don't be a good sport, be an unsport.
This new shirt will fit you to a T. It holds practically 1,000,000 times its own weight. In soup! You wash it in the washing machine. Use one as a bath mat. Use it as a towel. Size small through extra large. Only $19.99 plus shipping and handling. But if you add $2.50 to your order, you can get a 2XL and larger size OSI 74 t-shirt. Here's how you order.
Visit our shop at osi74.com. This is a limited time offer. Go to osi74.com.
Horror movie says what?
What?
Horror movie says what?
What, are you trying to make me a horror movie so that makes me I don't know. You're trying to make me say what so it makes me a horror
You
movie?
don't even get the joke, so it's like...
No.
Oh, I love it so much. Okay, anyway.
No, just go.
This round is all about saying a line from a horror movie, and then you name the movie. She didn't even get that joke, which is funny. So, you guys never heard of the joke, A Sphincter Says What? What was that, from Wayne's World?
That doesn't mean you're not a horror movie then?
Okay, cool. All right. Let's just get into it. Oh.
Question number 1. One of us. One of us. Question number 2. I'm scared to close my eyes. I'm scared to open them. I'm going to die out here. Question number 3. They're all going to laugh at you. Question number 4. A boy's best friend is his mother. Question number 5. I think we'll start with a reign of terror. Question number 6. Sometimes dead is better. Question number 7. They will say that I have shed innocent blood. What's blood for, if not for shedding? Question number 8. Pain has a face. Allow me to show it to you. Question number 9. Tell her to stay away from the light. Question number 10. Look what you did to him. Look what you did to him.
Question 1. One of us. One of Us. Freaks from 1932. Looking back at this one almost 100 years after the movie was released, it's quite a wild spectacle. Todd Browning used real sideshow performers to play the freaks. They were so disturbing to him that he had nightmares about the actors while filming. There were claims that upon its release, people were running out of the theater screaming, and there was even a woman who claimed the film was a cause of her miscarriage. Much like people passing out at Sundance, this all may have been just bullcrap. Anyway, good, I hope MGM got some attention, but I don't care for that bull. Number 2. I'm scared to close my eyes. I'm scared to open them. I'm gonna die out here. The Blair Witch Project from 1999. We are all familiar with the phenomenon that was the Blair Witch Project. Many consider this the first found footage movie. Since this is a brand new type of film, the marketing and websites were set up as if it were a true story. Heather Donahue's mother even received sympathy letters for the passing of her daughter. The film only took 8 days to shoot and was completely shot by the actors in the film. The actors were even made to stay out of the public sight before the movie was actually released. With all of that going in its favor, this film was in the Guinness Book of World Records for top budget box office ratio for a mainstream feature film. The film cost $60,000 to make and it made back $248 million, a ratio of $1 spent for every $10,931 made. Number 3. They're all gonna laugh at you! Carrie from 1976. Stephen King's first published novel was actually the first of his novels to be put into film. He was paid a total of $2,500 for the film, but he has no regrets, saying it was just fortunate to have his first novel turned into a movie. A quote from Stephen King about director Brian De Palma's vision for Carrie: De Palma's approach to the material was lighter and more depth than my own, and a good deal more artistic. The book seemed clear enough and truthful enough in terms of the characters and their actions, but it lacks the style of De Palma's film. The book attempts to look at the ant farm of high school society dead on, while Brian De Palma's examination of this high school confidential world is more oblique and more cutting. Number 4. A boy's best friend is his mother. Psycho from 1960. While it is widely agreed upon that Psycho from 1960 is a horror classic, and I do agree with that, I'm here to tell you that the sequels are also pretty dang good flicks. I recently watched parts 2 through 4, and I enjoyed them all. Obviously, they weren't directed by the master Alfred Hitchcock. Still, the directors of part 2 through 4 were no schlubs. Richard Franklin, Anthony Perkins, and Mick Garris directed parts 2 through 4 respectively. These had very different feels than the first one did. The first sequel wasn't made until 23 years after the original had come out. In my opinion, these had more of an 80s slasher vibe as opposed to the noir film of the original Psycho. Number 5. I think we'll start with A Reign of Terror. The Invisible Man from 1933. Based on H.G. Wells' 1897 novel of the same name, this film was considered one of the original Universal monster movies. Directed by James Whale, who at the time of this film's release was known for Frankenstein from 1931 and The Old Dark House from 1932. What has always interested me was how they pulled off the special effects of pulling the bandages away to make manifest the invisibility of Claude Rains. It turns out it was pulled off very simply. Rains wore a black velvet bodysuit, and they filmed in front of a black background. Number 6. Sometimes dead is better. Pet Sematary from 1989. Every one of you just said that with Judge Crandall's heavy Maine accent that Fred Gwynne used in the original film. I don't know if you know this, however, but Judge Crandall must have picked up this accent somewhere between 1963 and 1983, because there was no sign of this accent from Jackson White, who played Judge Crandall in 2023's prequel Pet Sematary Bloodlines, which takes place in 1963, and the original novel, which took place in 1983. However, we all love this film star Gage, the sweet toddler turned undead menace played by Miko Hughes, who gets lit up by a semi and comes back to wreak havoc on his family and Judge Crandall himself. Number 7. They will say that I have shed innocent blood, but what's blood for, if not for shedding? Candyman, 1992. Based on The Forbidden, a short story that was released in Clive Barker's Books of Blood Volume 5, this one is all about an urban legend who comes to life, starring Tony Todd as the titular character. His 6'5" frame, along with his oppressively low and sultry voice, makes him a very intimidating killer. One thing though, Ted Raimi has a short cameo as a badass biker boyfriend in the flashback. No offense to Mr. Raimi, but no way I'm buying him as a badass biker guy. I've always pictured him as more of a Revenge of the Nerd style character actor. Number 8. Pain Has a Face. Allow me to show it to you. Hellraiser 4 Bloodline from 1994. This is part of the inevitable Insert Movie Series Goes to Space sequel. This one had a very troubled production and editing process, so troubling in fact that the director Kevin Yeager disowned this film, and the Directors Guild of American Pseudonism Alan Smithy was credited as the director of the film. I actually like this one pretty good. From the backstory of the Le Marchand box to the introduction of the character of Angelique. Even though it was a critical and financial bomb, I wouldn't think twice about recommending this one to anyone. Number 9. Tell Her to Stay Away from the Light. Poltergeist 1982. Chances are you've heard of the Poltergeist curse. You know, the mysterious deaths that happened to the cast. In fact, 4 cast members died during or shortly after the production of the series. The curse goes even further than that. The irony of this whole thing is that in the movie, the home was cursed because it was built on Native American burial grounds where the bodies weren't moved. The actual movie was cursed. Could it have been because the production used real skeletons in the filming of the swimming pool scene? Very interesting. Number 10. Look What You Did to Him. Look at what you did to him. Friday the 13th, 1980. It's no surprise that Friday the 13th is my favorite horror film franchise. It's apparent by how many of these trivia questions are devoted to these films. I'll never forget watching the original film when I was very young, and it scared the holy poop out of me. So much so that I didn't sleep right for weeks. Betsy Palmer, whose line this is, delivered it in such a way that I will never forget the inflection she used in the film. However, the last scene is what really got me, and I'm sure that it got thousands of kids in the 80s and ruined their nights for weeks as well. And here we are again at the end of another episode.
How did everyone do tonight? I hope you all did very well in the underwater round.
You mean the wet horror round?
Nah, babe, the aquatic round.
Okay. Anyway, appreciate it. Go check us out at horrorpubtrivia.com. You can catch our socials there. You can contact us there. But we just appreciate you watching. So that's it for this episode.
I'm Betty Cadaver.
I'm Mike Cadaver.
Bye.
You call this power play.